Big time is finally here, but what does that mean and why should you care? Let's talk about it. But first, thank you to Big Time for sponsoring this video. I've been a big fan of Big Time, so I was really excited when they reached out. I first covered Big Time last year when all my friends were grinding dungeons and collecting NFTs. It was the first time I experienced how an NFT could make the gaming experience better. That moment of beating a dungeon boss and an artifact popping up is incredible. It's like getting a headshot in Counter-Strike. It just feels so good. And it's because you know that NFT might be rare and could sell on the secondary market for real value. I still have my epic number 6 Zolordian head and I'm not selling it, baby. Big Time actually won 3 awards at my award show. Best RPG, Best Action Adventure, and they even won Game of the Year. That's right, Big Time was Game of the Year last year, which is funny because I was just thinking to myself, it's kind of been quiet for Big Time. I hadn't heard much from them and I was wondering what was going on. So it turns out that they've actually been heads down working on launching the Big Time economy and preseason leading up to their open beta. So let's start with the preseason. The first thing that I have to say is that Big Time is an awesome game and preseason brings a ton of new updates. Nothing about it feels like a Web3 game. It's a seamless experience and I genuinely had a lot of fun playing the game with my squad. I definitely recommend getting into a squad and playing with others. Not only will the dungeons be easier to defeat, but it'll just be more fun. And if you're looking for a squad, there's a great community in the Discord that you can tap right into. There's always people playing. On top of that, preseason comes with new campaigns, new bosses, and totally new maps. I've always loved the Big Time aesthetic. It feels fresh and new and always makes playing the game feel immersive and unique. And the lore is really great. The story of Time's End is really fun and draws you into the entire game. The preseason launch also brings their mystery boxes, which are their loot boxes for all you case opening degens. I'm looking at you, Paisan. But by far, the most interesting thing about preseason is the launch of the Big Time economy. We all know that building a sustainable in-game economy is really difficult, and we've seen other Web3 games struggle with this. I think Big Time's approach is really interesting and I want to talk about it. Will it ultimately work? I have no idea, but I am rooting for them. So let's dive into their cosmetic based economy. The first thing that I like about Big Time's economy is that their NFTs are purely cosmetic. There's no pay to win mechanics and the NFTs have no impact on the game. They're just cool looking skins. It's the same concept as Counter-Strike where you can play the game forever without spending money and have a great time. But if you want to spend some money on a super cool skin and flex in the game, you can do that. Either way, the game is the same for everybody. But how does it work in Big Time? Well, they've designed a system for crafting these rare skins, or as they like to call them, cosmetic collectibles. You can craft weapons in the forge and armor in the armory. But in order to do this, you need a time warden, an hourglass, time crystals, and even the Big Time in-game currency. I'm not going to go over all that because there's a lot there, but if you're interested in learning more, check out the Big Time wiki. There's a lot of great info on the game and the economy. But essentially, you can get some awesome skins that you can either flex or trade. That's what they're doing. And hopefully it's a self-contained, sustainable model that brings joy to their players while giving them the freedom to do what they want to do with their digital assets. Personally, I think it's a cool concept and I'm excited to see it in action. So if you're ready to jump in and play Big Time, you can get an invitation either in their Discord or from one of their ambassadors. I did sign up for the ambassador program through this sponsored video. So if you want to get in and play, just let me know and I'll be happy to help. And if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you and I will see you in the next one. Peace.